to Schulte Sweeties YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie and I'm a mom of 3 girls ages 12, 8, and 6. So it is that season of love, and I thought we just recently purchased the I Love You to the Moon and Back Valentine's unit from Campfire Curriculum. I mentioned it in my unit study haul up here. I will link it and I will link it down below. But I thought I would do like a little bit of a flip through and show you like how we are using it, which is a little bit different, I guess, probably, from how some others might use it. So I wanted to show you some of the things, how I have like adjusted it for our family. So the first thing, this is the front page. So what I have done, instead of binding it, because I didn't want to waste all my binding things, and binding takes a little bit of time, I went ahead and put it into folders. Of course, they're not, it's kind of shoved in here right now. So we have the folders, and then I ended up doing like a folder for each of my kids. And what I did for them, instead of printing out their own book, I just printed out what I needed to read for the day over in my folder. But for their folders, so the Early Learner Guidebook had a ton of printables at the end of the pages. And so I just kind of went through some of those pages. I printed out pretty much all of them for my youngest, because I knew that there was some in here like easy mazes that I knew my oldest wouldn't need to do. And some of these things I did. So I kind of printed out what I thought each one would use. The fun coloring sheets, we have some of these in here. So I have the fun coloring sheets for all of them. I knew that all of my girls would like it. Then they had like a word search and tic-tac-toe, and I knew all of them would like that. But some of these easier pages I just printed out for my youngest, and then a few more for my middle daughter. So I have those in their folders. So what they do is when we go and get ready to do our lessons, I say, okay, go get your folders out and you guys can color, and then I will read. So we have completed, well, we have done 3 of the lessons readings. This is the book. What I have done is I kind of combined the Early Learners Guidebook in here with the growing guidebook, because I was like, well, I don't want to read 2 different things. We'll just kind of combine it. But mainly I just read the growing and advanced one. So we have not completely done all of the activities yet. And we are probably going to come back and do some of those things once we get a chance. We have been reading these lessons in the morning times during our morning basket, but I hate to like do too much that moves us off, like where we're playing extra games and stuff, because sometimes in the morning, especially before we've done schoolwork, they will like to play games and just keep going and pushing it, complaining when we stop a game and stuff. So I have plans that we will be doing some of the games and activities later on. So there is a prologue that you're supposed to complete before the lesson. Then you have lesson 1 is about Saint Valentine, whether it's a legend, myth, or 100 men. So that was kind of interesting. It was like kind of like pick your own adventure with that, and I really thought that was a fun lesson where I said, well, what you ask like a lot of questions, whether they think this or this about Saint Valentine, and so they would pick their answer, and then we would go that way and read what the information was. So that was fun. That was one of the links that you have. They give you a set of links that you can go to. There is a QR code on most of the pages so that you can easily get to it. And you click on the link, and we got to read all about our answers. So that was a fun lesson. Lesson 2 is assessment time. That is kind of going through like the assessment of whether you feel loved or not, how you feel you are loved by certain people. Lesson 3 is what is love. There is the different types of love, like agape, phileo. And so you read through those, and I thought that was a really fun and interesting lesson where there's the different types of love. I think my girls learned a lot from that one. Lesson 4 will be, what language do you speak? I'm assuming love language. We have not done that lesson yet. And then number 5 is a fruit of the Spirit. So some of the things that are included, like I said, there are links to those extra things that they have. There are some videos, short videos. One of the things that I have loved about this so far is toward the end of the lesson, like after you've maybe read and stuff, you have had some random facts, and like the first one was about penguins, and there was a cute little penguin video. There was one about seahorses as well, and like you have a little geography in there, so I really appreciate that. They have even in here pause for discussion and kinesthetic learning, so they have some ideas on there. This is a Christian company, so there is a faith talk every lesson in here, and then there's a think tank to get them thinking a little bit more critical thinking about the subject. And so I really do like those a lot. But if you wanted to use these, I think the holiday units are geared more toward, they have a little bit more faith intertwined into them, where it would be a little bit harder to leave out the religion of this if that was something you wanted to do. And after like the first lesson, we'll say, then you have some game options in here, and tells you some games or activities that you might want to do. We have not done those. Like I said, one of them is a stained glass thing. I think it would be really cool, but I just don't see us actually doing that one because I'm like, I don't know about that. So one thing about this unit is it starts out with the prologue. It starts a story. So I can't remember. I don't think we really read much about the story in the first lesson after the prologue, but then we got back into the story with lesson 2 and 3. So I assume it will kind of continue on with 4 and 5. So these lessons, there's only 5 lessons, so you could easily pick it up today, February 1st, and then continue it until, you could get through it just in a few days, or the week of Valentine's Day, you could do it. Each lesson will have activities or game options as well, it seems like. There is also one of the things that's suggested in there is love language cookies. It says no chill, melt in your mouth sugar cookie, or no spread, hassle-free, perfect cutout sugar cookie. So it's giving you some, I think there is a recipe in the back here as well. Tells you a punch. There's a Valentine's Day punch in there. So there is more scripture throughout the lessons as well. They're going back through the story. There's gonna have there's some love checks. So you're going through the fruits of the Spirit, and I think it's like a love check of how you are showing love to other people. And then I haven't looked at all of these. There's one of the activities as a fingerprint activity. So there are some trees, samples in the back, couple pages that you can do there. And then we have some more coloring. I'll probably need to print these out for my girls because I didn't see all of these. Oh, these are some of the stained glass options. So I guess they can color those. And there's some mazes in here. Oh my goodness, there's so much. Like some of the stuff I haven't even gone through because there is a lot just in these pages here. I will link the link to Campfire Curriculums page where you can purchase this, but it has the recipe even in here. So that is the main unit. I just kind of quickly went through it. I think there's a lot of greatness in there. And then on top of the main unit, we don't do these as much, but this is like something that you could use as your core curriculum for just like a week or so if you wanted to, even longer if you wanted to. But there is they have the science of love, and so there is going through some science in here, some chemistry and biology and health. language arts in here. There's community service or social studies and different things that you can do. More chemistry. Yeah, it looks like, you know, you can go through this. It has it listed for what day, what lesson you will be doing it on. Like this is for lesson 5. So you have all sorts of core curriculum that you can focus on as well. We don't typically do the core curriculum since we're just kind of adding it to our morning basket, but you can do that on top of all the activities and fun things that are planned just in the lesson. So when you get Campfire Curriculum units, you are getting so much. You get all of the levels that are available, and then you get the core curriculum and plus all the fun activities. So I hope that this was helpful and that you can go check it out at Campfire Curriculum. Have a great day, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.